I remember having a conversation with your dad about atheism, and he's very eloquent on that subject. And he talked about how he raised you and your sister without religion or as atheists.
No, I think without religion.
Without
I
religion.
think when you're raised without religion, you automatically question things.
So he raised you to question things.
Yeah, to question things. I mean, he never told us don't believe in God. He never told us don't follow religion if you feel like you. There was no there were no conversations. I mean, we just imbibed from what we saw.
Okay.
Is what it was. I mean, yeah. So I mean, it's really just it was more about questioning things and trying to apply, whether you want to call it logic, whether you want to call it rational, whether you want to call it scientific evidence. I mean, those things are important because I mean, something has to be provable before you can say it's a fact.
Yeah.
I mean, otherwise it's a theory, and I mean, of course, there's billions of people, who get by on faith, and sometimes, like it's a strange thing because when the comfort that faith can give you, it's very difficult for people who don't have that faith to be able to find that comfort.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if everything can be put down to God's will,
yes,
then at least you have a reason for why something happened. I don't.
Yeah. So what's that? And I remember thinking, what is that like as a young person or someone, in school or in college when everyone else around you has festivals and beliefs and, let's all pray together, or it's God's will and this is what God wanted and what God takes, He gives back. There's like you said, an explanation for everything. What do you do then with your thoughts at that time?
I think festivals, as a kid, festivals were like the best thing to come out of religion. Because at least, you know what I mean? You could have a fun time with all your friends and you got great things to eat and got new clothes to wear and all that stuff. And actually my mom, we celebrated all festivals at home. So I mean, we'd celebrate Holi, Diwali, Eid, Christmas. Everything was celebrated with as much fanfare as the next. So I think the festival celebrating is more a cultural thing. It's not really so much a religious thing, if you ask me. I think it's cultural. You know what I mean? It's like you're celebrating a culture. And I think celebrating cultures is an amazing thing. I mean, we should, because we have so many cultures to celebrate. Why not celebrate them? But it's that belief in something, that one entity is kind of, I don't know, managing everything, and is kind of in charge of what's right and what's wrong, and every movement and every kind of thing is as per the will of one. I mean, that to me is completely like, it's very hard to believe that that's possible. And if that, I mean, it must be also a very like twisted mind. Then in that case, given the things that happen, also, I mean, how can it be God's will that something like this should happen? I mean, what kind of test is this? And why should any person who I don't know, probably was a God-loving and a person who maybe, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you live in a world where terrible things happen to people.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, so I mean, I think it's completely within the scope of human rationale to question such things. It worked at a certain time, I guess, when you couldn't explain everything that was happening around you. But science came along and the space kept shrinking. Like, why do volcanoes erupt and why do earthquakes happen? This is the reason that they happen. There's magma below and there's fissures in the earth, and sometimes tectonic plates rub against each other. And every time something was explained, that space kept shrinking. But why? So it's just a never-ending thing.
And is that how you raised your kids as well? This clear line that you question everything, don't take everything at face value.
Yeah, again, it's not a conversation that I've had.
Really?
No. I mean, it's not a conversation. I genuinely feel kids are constantly observing, they are constantly absorbing, and in their formative years, I mean, within the first 7 years, a core belief system of a child has come into place. So it's how you are around. I mean, they've been attending, like in my office, we have Diwali pujas. In my office, we have a puja before every project starts filming. And it's something I completely respect, because there is a huge portion of people in my office who absolutely believe in it, have faith in it, that this will bless the office, it will bless the work that we're doing. And I will always be there for them. because it's something that they genuinely believe, and I want to stand with them when they're there. But at home, it's not like that. So I mean, they've seen it on both sides, and now it's for them to decide what they want to believe and what they don't want to believe. I mean, tomorrow, if the younger one grows up and says she wants to follow a particular religion, I mean, I'm not going to say don't do it. It's her journey. She's entitled to it.